Hey all you savvy naturalistas, what is up and welcome back to my channel and another episode of DIY skincare treats. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you would like to keep up with me, make sure you're following me on all my social media sites. Make sure you thumbs up this video. And in this episode of DIY skincare treats, we will be making these beautiful cacao Lush inspired sugar scrub bars. They have little rabbits. I didn't have a rabbit mole. I had a heart mole, so this is what it looks like. I'm going to do a close-up for you guys. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to teach you how to make it. And then I'm going to teach you how to use it. So let's go. First thing they do use for the product and the Lush website to make it a sugar scrub is sugar. So we're adding a cup of sugar and I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of sugar. So that's 1 cup and a 1/4 cup of sugar. Now after that they use baking soda. So we're just going to do a 1/4 cup of baking soda. Now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of kaolin clay. This is not the exact recipe due to the fact that they add different ingredients that I don't have on hand, like cream of tartar I do have and potato starch I do have, but I just don't understand why they add in potato starch to the scrub. Maybe because it softens and it uplifts and it's an antioxidant. I don't know, but we're not adding potato starch. Just, it's not one of the starches I feel should be added to the skin, but that's just my opinion. But if Lush does it, I love it. But you can add a starch if you want. In substitution, I am adding kaolin clay for me personally. And to that, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of cacao powder. This is the, like I said, this one is on the UK website. It is not on the US of A website. Like I have other bath bombs that I've did from Lush that are on the UK website. UK just get way better. I'm telling y'all right now, the UK website gets way better stuff than the US of A website. It is so unfair and I am just quite jealous. Side note, I know I should be having gloves on. I'm probably going to put gloves on because I really want to get the clumps out of this. But you just want to mix this up until it's combined. So now that we have all our dry ingredients combined, you guys, and I got most of the clumps out and I got some gloves on, we're going to start by adding our wet ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to add is Miracle Glow oil. You can find Miracle Glow oil at savvynaturalista.com. Miracle Glow oil contains all natural 24 karat gold. So make sure you check that out at savvynaturalista.com. With that, now we're going to add glycerin. So I am going to use a tablespoon of glycerin to this beautiful cacao sugar scrub bars that we are making. And with Easter being here, you know, this is an Easter product and Easter is this weekend. So, you know, this is a quick little product for Easter. If you haven't gotten your babies anything, side note, y'all know I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, so we really didn't celebrate Easter. So it's like a normal day to me as well as birthday. So I'm trying to be more like, I don't know, I don't want to say holiday friendly person because, you know, I just don't celebrate the holidays. They don't mean as much to me as normal people. But I will say that I am trying to, you know, incorporate that for my daughter. So we are adding a teaspoon of essential oil. I'm using a blood orange essential oil. I know I use way too much and you've seen that. So please forgive me, but we are adding just a teaspoon. You can use even more. I would say anywhere between 2 teaspoons, maybe 20 or 30 drops, as well as with Miracle Glow oil, you want to add 20 or 30 drops. And like I was saying, you know, I'm not really a holiday friendly type of girl. I don't know. I guess when you grow up as a Jehovah's Witness, it's just like the same day. And you know, Josh, I don't know. He's just not really into it either. It's kind of weird. I would think he would be more because he didn't grow up as a Jehovah's Witness. But that's a whole nother dysfunctional story for another time. With that being said, now we're going to add melt and pour soap. Lush doesn't do this. Actually, they add sodium cocoa sulfate. And sodium cocoa sulfate is like a foaming agent. It's like SLSA. So with that being said, they do add that. I'm not going to add that due to the fact that we will be using a melt and pour soap, and this can be considered a foaming agent as well. However, if you want more of a foaming agent, by all means go ahead and use, I would say, about a tablespoon of SLSA. You can add that right after the kaolin clay and the cacao powder. But for me personally, I will not be using any SLSA or any foaming agents because I have melt and pour soap. So we're going to be using, I have 3/4 a cup or 4 ounces of melted melt and pour soap. So I'm just going to add it as I go, you guys. I'm not going to use too much of it, and then we're just going to see, because I don't want to add too much because the way I want this to look is I want it to look a certain way. So we're just going to mix this all in until it's combined. See why I didn't add a lot? Because I wanted it to look a certain way, and I wanted to make sure all the ingredients were mixed in. Side note, this would have been a really cute chocolate fragrance. This melt and pour soap was hot. So this is why I didn't want to add a lot of the soap, is because I wanted it to sort of be moldable. I wanted to make sure to form sort of like a dough, which it is doing, as you guys could see. And what I'm going to do is actually make sort of like dough balls and stick them in our molds. You guys will see. I hope my English is right and I'm not having a bad English day. If I am, please forgive me. Essentially what I'm trying to say is I wanted to make sort of like a piece of dough for the scrubs so I could put them in the molds, because when you do melt and pour sugar scrub cubes, they tend to be hard to take out of the molds if they're not moldable like this. That's what I'm trying to say. So I hope my English is on point today. So with that being said, now we're going to add them to our molds. I wanted to do something a little festive for springtime. So that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to put it in the mold. Yeah, so like I was saying, you know, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. So my grandma actually sent me a card, which I need to talk to her. But she sent me a card, and she told me I should take my daughter to the memorial. And like, if you're a Jehovah's Witness, you know, if you're a Jehovah's Witness, you're not watching this anyway, but if you grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, you know, Easter is the memorial is Jesus' death, and it's very important to all Jehovah's Witnesses. It's the day we as Jehovah's Witnesses are the Jehovah's Witness religion, because my grandma would say you are not a Jehovah's Witness no more. But it's the day that Jesus his death, his body, and his resurrection is celebrated. It's called the memorial. Anyways, with that being said, this is getting boring. With that being said, yeah, she wanted me to take Sonomi, and I thought about it. And if you see my last video with Sonomi acting a hot mess, could you imagine her as the brother is talking and giving the talk for the memorial? Her yelling and screaming, being embarrassing, Lord. And I remember when I was growing up and we used to go to the memorial, Lord help me for all those kids y'all would be side-eyeing who would be yelling and screaming with their bad self. So I was like, you know what? I am not about to have Sonomi embarrass me. So when after the memorial is over and everybody go out to eat, they could say, did you see that mixed couple in there with that bad child? I said, you know what? Not today. Not today. So I don't know what we're going to do, but you know, maybe someday in the future when Sonomi's older and she can sit for an hour or 2 hours, but she's never been to the Kingdom Hall or any type of church. So how is she going to sit for an hour or 2 hours without making no noise? She barely do that here unless she's asleep. She's just very active. Oh, anyways, you guys, so this is what this looks like. I'm gonna take these out because I do not want them to get stuck. So once I'm gonna show you guys once I finish how I'm gonna take them out. Okay, you guys, so we're back and I'm unmolding all the chocolate cacao scrub hearts or cubes. We'll just call them what Lush calls them, cacao sugar scrubs. So essentially I want them to sort of look like cookies. Side note, these are really hard to come out of this mold, but I'm happy that they're coming out. So I will probably use this again. So this is essentially what I'm just doing, just adding a little pressure, and they come right out. Bam, bam. And with the silicone mold, they just come out easy. You see that one just popped out? Oh, I hope it's not too deep. So right now I'm just gonna make them look sort of pretty, like what Lush does on their website. They sort of like decorate the hearts and make them look cute. So I'm gonna do a few and pray for a miracle. So I'm gonna be back with a few colors, just pink, and then we can work from there. Okay, you guys, so we're back, and I went and got a paintbrush. Okay, so in my head, y'all know I'm kind of horrible. I tried. I'm gonna do a close-up. So in my head, I literally wanted to like design them and do color, but I realized just splattering them with mica seems a little more easier. I mean, the mica ain't even getting on them. So there we go. So essentially, I'm just literally splattering them with mica so they could look like this. I think it's a little more cute than me just coating them or coloring them with the mica. It looks better just splatter. It looks more natural. So anyways, all I did was add mica to alcohol to do the splatter. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. I don't have a paint gun, and normally people use like a little spray gun, fill it with mica, and they use a paint gun to spray it. I'm just doing mine by hand. Good grief, I can't even splatter correctly. Y'all know I'm a lefty. This is what happens when you left-handed. You just all over the place. So I hope these photograph really cute. I'm praying for a miracle. But I'm gonna do a close-up so you guys can see what they look like. I'm just trying to make them as cute as possible. The mica is getting everywhere, y'all. I know y'all can already tell. It probably look a mess. It's probably all over my shirt, just looking a mess. Anyways, after this, we're going to demo them, but I'm going to do a close-up so you guys can officially see them. Side note, this looks really cute. I just may leave it like this and take a photograph, but this is what they look like. So this is what they look like. There you have it. I really wanted to do sort of what Lush does with coloring them like they do the bunny nose, but it didn't come out too cute. I personally don't like the way it came out. To me, I like the splatter ones better, so I did sort of a design for mine. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Now we're just gonna go ahead and I'm going to show you how to use these babies. So let's go. Okay, you guys, so this is the sugar scrub. So I'm just going to break it apart so you guys can see. This is sort of what it looks like. See how easy it is to break apart? So a little really goes a long way. You can actually use these for your whole entire body, especially your foot. If you guys use pumice stones, any type of stones, you can use them for your whole entire body. Side note, I like that Dr. Foot one. That's the best scrub for your foot. What is it called? It's not Dr. something. It's one with the superhero on top of it. You could get it at Sally's Beauty. That's the best one. So I'm just going to show you guys a demo. So normally this is what I do in the shower. I didn't want to get in the shower, y'all. I'm on a diet. Anyways, so this is just what I do. You can just rub it. And as you can see, it's foaming. So you really don't need a foaming agent. Can you guys see? You see all that foaming? It blends in with my skin. I'm just joking. Please don't take offense, y'all. Anyways, see how it foams? It's a nice powder, and the mica really doesn't get everywhere, you guys. I hope you can hear me over the water. If you can't, okay, let me turn the water on. So as I was saying, as you can see, it doesn't really, the mica doesn't get on your hands like that. The mica is just for decoration. That's optional. Lush uses it, so I decided to. But as you can see, you really don't need the SLSA to get it to foam, because that's what the soap is for. So yeah, there you have it. This beautiful scrub. Let me rinse my hands off, for those are like, oh, we want to see the after. Let me rinse it off. Ooh, ha, 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 ha. So that's the end results on my skin. So yeah, let's go. So anyways, I really hoped you enjoyed this fun DIY. I really hoped you guys enjoyed how to use this easy cacao sugar scrub. If you decide to use it in a shower, it's good as a body scrub, a hand scrub, a foot scrub, whatever type of scrub you want to use it for. It's really good for that. I'm going to have all the measurements down below. I wanted to say I used half of the soap that I was supposed to use because I wanted it to be molded like pizza dough. I know I said that in the video, but if some of you are confused, it was just to mold it so it could actually pop out of the mold, because if you use all the soap, it will solidify easier and then they'll be hard to come out of the mold. That's all I was just using it for. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please check out Miracle Glow Oil as well as all our other bath and body products at SavvyNaturalista.com. And I'll see you in our next episode of DIY Skincare Treats.